Try to remember the last time you played a competitive Minecraft game. You probably got destroyed. I'm assuming, since you wouldn't have done something so pathetic like clicking on a video with this title otherwise. Some people try to cower behind the excuse of being too old. Some people say they're too young. And some people are just nerds, man. But thankfully for you, after long years of playing on minemen.club, I have learned the tryhard ways. And I tell you, it's not what you think. So, how do you become a tryhard? Well, you could try actually being good at the game, but who has time for that? You have to do this as quickly as possible so you can secure that E-kitten on Hypixel. Tryharding isn't actually about skill nowadays. It's about style and fashion. You rarely find a skilled tryhard. It's all about their looks. So, if you're not white... no. So, if you don't have good genetics, sorry, but you gotta get good at Minecraft if you want to try hard. However, for others, you have many easier ways. Although the weak human mind might not realize it, I've been dropping hints about this for months. If you take a quick look at my videos, you might notice I complained about some things that are really none of my business. People assume that I just liked complaining for no reason, and I can't blame them, because I kinda do, but there is still something else. If you're a certain detective from Death Note that I do not know the name of, you saw something in my adderall eyes. You saw that there was an underlying issue, and there was tryhards. You know why I was hating on all these issues so passionately? Because they are all features of tryhards. I mean, let's be serious here. If you see a left-handed dude with an eboy skin and a name like Raininess, you think, wow, what a tryhard. What, corruptedawg? You gotta be an idiot. You just revealed everything. I just need the left hand and a shitty skin to be a tryhard. Do you even care about retention? Fool! You aren't even close. You see, there's a very thin line between being a tryhard and being called a loser. Although, they're the same thing. The fugu fish, or commonly known as the pufferfish, is a fish that can be found in Japan. It is highly poisonous, but since it is considered a delicacy, many experts take on the risk of trying to prepare it. If it isn't done correctly, the poison is deadly. The same rules apply for tryharding. If you don't do this right, prepare to be called a retard, so you better follow my instructions. Although doing everything I told you not to do in my past videos will get you pretty close, it's still all about the details, and so I won't repeatedly go over what I said in my previous monetized pieces of content, and instead show you what the tryhard scroll beholds. So now that you've equipped your left hand in the most explicit e-girl skin you could find, we can begin our training. Although your appearance is a big factor, your behavior still plays a big part. To be truly chronically online, you must pick one of the two personality paths. You can either be extremely cold and boring, or autistic. It doesn't really matter which one you pick, they both mean you like dudes. Now that your looks match the tone, to the untrained eye you might already pass as a tryhard, but once you join the first Bed Wars lobby, your cover will be blown immediately. You'll just be walking through, all the MVP++s looking at you. They all know I'm not a real tryhard, you think to yourself. So how do we fix that? Well, you already answered your question. MVP++ is the highest rank on Hypixel, for which you have to pay a subscription. If you're willing to pay 10 bucks monthly to get like skyblock coins or something, then you clearly already have nothing better to do with your life, which is exactly what you want. So go on the pay-to-win server of your choice and get the most expensive rank there is. Oh, you're unemployed and don't have the money? Sign up for disability checks, I'm sure they'll believe you. Good, now we have the fashion side of things all figured out. We can move on to the gameplay. But corruptedawg, I thought you said I don't have to get good. Liar, traitor. Don't worry, chill out, I got that figured out. You see, the craft of tryhard isn't actually about being good at what you do when looking at the gameplay side of things. It mostly depends on two factors: putting all your free time into it and not enjoying it in the slightest. You play for the purpose of playing, not for enjoyment. A good example of this is Hypixel Skyblock. The average Skyblock player has about 500 hours on the game and is in a state of clinical depression, single-handedly caused by Skyblock. Now you could always just go on Hypixel Skyblock and study their ways, but that's the reason I'm making this video. So you don't have to do that. There's a chance you might be sucked in, alright? Okay, now we've got you looking like a disgraceful gentleman. We can actually look at some examples in the wild. Now, if you haven't been listening for the past 4 minutes, you might be asking, where? Well, tryhards can be found practically anywhere. PvP servers, tryhards, SMP servers, tryhards, fun-friendly SMP where keep inventory is enabled and everybody builds nice and tryhard! But they still need a base of operation. Welcome, Hypixel. Now, if you just go around blindly searching on Hypixel, you will be wildly successful. But I won't settle for wild success, I want more. And so instead, I'll seek out the maximum concentration, and that is, I don't dare say the name. Here I should get a closer look. So here we have our first specimen. We can already see the MVP++ rank and a terrible e-girl skin. But corruptedawg, how are we meant to test the rest? Blush, can you speak? Okay, they completely ignored me. I might be just extremely pathetic as a person, but I think I'll blame that on a cult personality. So now we have 4 factors of tryhard. Which one is missing? The left hand? Well, there arises a problem. You see, Hypixel is a 1.8 server, and unless you're swight, nobody on 1.8 uses the left hand, and so finding that breed of tryhard will be extremely difficult. Thankfully, we have the power of... Welcome, Danger Mario server. But corruptedawg, how are you gonna test if people are tryhards? There's nobody in this lobby. Can you take off your armor, please? No, please. So here we examine a specimen. He seems to have a skin, which is representative of an eboy. Can you hit me? Ow, so there we have it. That was the left hand, ladies and gentlemen. Pathetic! Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and fight him now. These people can't beat my natural skill of not going outside. Stop, crit. Okay, I'm accidentally rage baiting this. I gotta quit. Oh, okay. These so-called tryhards when presented with a dose of rage baiting sword. No, obviously that person didn't actually have all of the features of a tryhard, and it would be extremely hard to find someone like that. I'm pretty sure tryhard of that magnitude would actually just bend gravity. And so let's combine the factors of the 2 people we found. First one was I want to be name hunter and had an expensive rank you don't need, and the second one was left-handed and had an e-boy skin. When we combine those 2, you get your local sex offender. There you have it. So corruptedawg, now that you've explained all of your intentions, does that mean you'll finally stop complaining about random things that don't affect you at all? No, it does not mean that. But now that we're at it, you can actually subscribe, maybe even join my Discord perhaps. It's in the description, so do that. But kids, always remember, the element of surprise is one of the most important aspects of battle, and so if you don't want to reveal that you're a tryhard, stop wearing these godforsaken skins, please.
I got a story that'll waggle your eyes. I got a burger and a thingy of fries. I think we disguise our lives when we speak, but we show it with what we eat. We defeat eternal demons with heaps of internal shitty meat.